How can you make your mind work for you? The first thing you have to understand is your mind is programmed not to make you happy. It is not to make you happy. That is not the purpose of your mind. That's your job to learn what makes you happy. Your mind's purpose is to teach you how to survive. Well, not teach you, but it does. It goes through the motions of survival on what you need to do on this planet to stay alive at all costs. That's actually how our brain's truly made and what makes us human. It's all the other components and everything else that we have to work through on how to get to happiness. Because happiness is not something we just have. Not at all. Not at all. That's a work in progress for every human on the planet, because through centuries we've had to deal with so many different things. We all have different scenarios. We all have different, ways of living, environments, like all of that, right? Our brain is meant to teach us how to survive. So in a modern world, what does that mean? In a modern world, it could be we're so busy, we're so, we have so many things going on. We have, you have to get to your job and you have so many work demands, and then, you have your kids and they need you, and then you have all of these things. Let's say your schedule is so busy, your mind is so consumed and so busy. You're like, I just wish I had a week in bed, alone, and I just, I wish the world would go away so I can reset. I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted from thinking these things. Guess what that talk will actually do to your mind, right? Because you're so busy, you're so, you're wearing down. You're doing these things, you're going through the motions, but maybe that's wearing you down. You're like, I just wish I had a week off, and I'm like, right? And you start to tell yourself that over and over again. Guess what that does to the mind and the survival? Say, you have a big presentation on Wednesday, and that's coming up. You've had the kids that you've been taking care of, your demands with at work, and you're taking care of the house. The list goes on. You have so many things that have just been piling up. This big presentation on Wednesday, and it's important, and you've been setting up for that too. But you're like, I just wish I had this week in bed. You wake up on Wednesday morning, massive headache, you're very sick, you're ill, you don't feel well, you can't even make it to the presentation. The mind can actually manifest that type of sickness and disease to shut you down, because that's actually what your body needs. But you didn't take that opportunity to do it and slow down. Excuse me. So many people tell ourselves, well, I have to do all of these things, otherwise I can't survive. The brain and the body, because remember, it doesn't know your life. It doesn't care about those things. It cares about your body and survival, will shut you down. Why? Because your self-talk, too, because you've had all of these things, isn't in a healthy mindset place. And that's how your mind can actually play tricks on you, and the body can manifest itself into something else. So there's just those little things to be aware of in how we talk to ourselves and how the body will respond. And our mind and our body are connected. And our mind is not meant to make us happy. That's your job. So what are you doing to make yourself happy and listen to your mind? Something to think about. Comment below on some of the tips and tricks you might have and you might do to get out of survival mode and make yourself happy. I'd love to hear them.